This year, we ushered the 20th anniversary of an event that shocked the nation. A group of furtive schoolboys between the ages of 6 and 12 found themselves stranded on a deserted island after a plane evacuating the children from Britain was shot down. But you know the gist. The public interest of the boys' stories continue to this day. Recently, attention has been sparked due to a controversial lawsuit between two of the island's most tumultuous figures, Jack Meridew and Ralph, who doesn't have a last name, who were once made famous due to their short time stranded on the island. Coming up next is the reality television series The Hideously Rich and Disgustingly Wealthy, featuring none other than Jack Meridew.
Meridew, have you anything to say on the lawsuit you filed against Ralph in his biography?
Piss off. Interposed between the next segments, we get an exclusive interview with the author of the critically acclaimed seller Horde of the Unwise, a tragic and provocative biography from the first-hand account of one of the boys on the island, Ralph, who doesn't have a last name, who sheds light on the events that shocked the nation only 2 decades ago. We welcome Ralph to the set this afternoon. Ralph, how are you? I'm doing fine. That is wonderful. Now, you published your biography a year ago. Have you received any criticism for your relaying of the events that happened on the island?
Well, if you're talking about the lawsuit currently underway, then yes, I've received some criticism.
Would you like to talk about the lawsuit?
Legally, I am not able.
It is no surprise that a point of contention with the biography is the portrayal of Jack, who acts as a sort of antagonist on the island. Would you say you purposely wrote Jack Meridew as a villain? Legally, I cannot answer that question. I have a quote taken directly from your biography right here. I would like to read it out loud.
Could we please move on?
Time on the island was wretched and ephemeral, hideously beautiful in its extravagance, yet unenlightened to man's dominion in all his faculties and godly machines. The horrors of war on the mainland, like the creepers and tendrils that consumed the island, acted as a backdrop to mine and the others' self-sabotaging tribe, which is Jack Meridew's fault, by the way. Ripened fruits fallen from the trees made the blood of God upon the forest floor. The fermented juices smelled strongly under the tropical heat, and the sweetness of wine was almost as intoxicating as the sickly salt water that rolled smoothly from the shores. The ocean waters shimmered below the sunlight like virgin cloth. The vestal livery, sick and green and broken from our feet as we scampered across the waves to play or to bathe the sweat from our tawny skin, was nearly as innocent as we were. We were the lost boys, alone on our island. What happened on the island was the fault of a beast we cannot usher the name of. It's Jack. And with that, our island, as untainted as it was, became overrun. And it's all Jack Meridew's fault. Well, that was taken from your biography. Do you think it is because of passages like these in your novel that you are being sued by Jack for defamation of character? Next, let us discuss the reports of your alcoholism.
Wait,
would
what?
you say that the events that took place on the island mostly affected you in a negative way?
I haven't been the same since then, I would say that.
The trauma still influences me today. Maybe I've just never recovered. I don't know. Was there anything special about your and Jack's relationship? He plays a large role in your book. Jack Meridew was and still is an abominable. In your book, you infer that Jack was the one responsible for the deaths of some of the children on the island. Is this accurate? Would you reach out to the other survivors on the island? Have you kept in touch with them at all? We haven't kept in touch, and I would see no reason to. Isn't there anything you would want to say to them right now? What is it you have hoped to achieve in writing your biography? To share the truth of what really happened. You certainly wrote yourself to be the hero of your story, Ralph. You described yourself as charismatic and good-looking. To your account, the boys took an instant liking to you on the island. You were made chief right away. That is entirely accurate. Everything in my book is true. Well, there's no denying the popularity of your novel. Why do you think your book has reached such high acclaim? I believe people like to insert themselves in sensational stories such as my own. They like to think that they would act differently. Readers can see themselves in my place, but they don't realize that it's different. We were only children when we got trapped on the island. We didn't know what we were doing, except for Jack. Jack's still in. Okay, Ralph. So, in the end, was there a beast on the island? He's suing me. Coming up next, we get a closer look at the most glamorous mansions of the hideously wealthy. We also get an exclusive interview with Playboy millionaire Jack Meridew.